When I was in Kingdom 1093 with my previous account, I've been a part of the most insane KvKs. We fought against players like Mimi and alliances such as 60GT, and there were always two things for sure. Number one, insane amount of field fighting, and number two, drama. But this KvK2 that I'm in right now with my restart account is definitely the most hectic one I have ever seen regarding the drama. So today we're going to start from the first zone and I'll explain everything happened from Tahiti to Kingsland. Let's start with day one. Okay, so when we first started the KvK, on your screen right now, you can see the allies, the initial allies and the enemies. If you don't know, I'm in Kingdom 3421. So we were with 07, 13 and Kingdom 15. And our opponents were 01, 02, 03 and Kingdom 10. When KvK first started, we were of course in this Tahiti zone. Everything was great, you know, the first days of KvK, you sit here, you farm and get ready for the fights. And later on, the passes were unsealed and we move on to this zone. And this was going to be a safe zone as well. At least I thought it would be, but as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, it wasn't. One day, I woke up and thinking about, okay, let's see if there are any new events in the game. And then I realized there were hundreds of marches on the field and cities and flags were burning. Then, you know, I started to read Kingdom Mail and find out that we were started to fight with our initial allies, which was a little bit upsetting, but it is what it is. It is KvK2. There has to be a betrayal and some sort of a drama. So we started fighting with our allies, I think for 2 days. And then we got another mail saying that we are allies again and we can stop fighting. There was a small misunderstanding. But I think no leadership would fight for 2 days for a simple misunderstanding and quote-unquote waste all those resources of the kingdom. But it is what it is. We allied again and everything was good. And this is a zone where everybody went crazy. We were here with our initial allies who became our enemies for 2 days, but then allies again, and also our initial enemies. And of course, we started to fight each other until we become allies with our initial enemies and enemies with our initial allies, who were as well our enemies in this zone for 2 days, as I've explained. So it was very confusing, very dramatic what was going on, and I just couldn't keep up with what's going on and just decided to follow the markers and nothing else, because I know it will be too complicated for me to understand because I'm just too old. All in all, we were allies with Kingdom 01, 02, 03 and 10, and fighting against 07, 13 and 15. And of course, with our quote-unquote new allies, we won this zone and we entered the Kingsland. However, we also blocked the whole access of our initial allies who were currently our enemies. After pushing these kingdoms away from the Kingsland and blocked their entrances, we were just chilling with our new allies. You know, everybody was happy. We were farming, killing barbarians, forts, etc. But then, oh my god. Just like what happened in this zone, I woke up again, decided to check what's going on in the game, and again, hundreds of marches on the field, cities are burning, flags are burning. And it turned out that kingdoms like 01, 02, whatever, they weren't actually our allies. We were probably tricked so that they could safely get into the Kingsland and occupy the Great Ziggurat. They started to attack our kingdom with every possible way and basically pushed us all the way out to this zone from Kingsland. And of course, occupied the pass. So I think we had no options but two. Number one, accept the defeat and go back to your safe zone, you know, start farming, killing barbarians, etc. Try to get the maximum amount of rewards. Or team up with our initial allies again, people we fought in this zone and in this zone, and block their access to Kingsland, ally with them again, and try to take control of the whole Kingsland with our initial allies. I don't know how many times I use the word allies, enemies, and initial. I need a word counter. And as you can see, right now, the Great Ziggurat is occupied by Kingdom 3415. This means we went with option number 2. We started to push back around here to the Kingsland Pass, and our allies started to push from here to get back into the Kingsland. And after a few days of intense fighting, we managed to get this pass. So now, finally, we all had access to Kingsland. We started pushing, they started pushing into Great Ziggurat, and in the end, we managed to overcome our enemies. And after we got to Great Ziggurat, rewards were distributed, victory. I'm thrilled to share the exciting news of our coalition's victory. Oh my god. These were the rewards for Kingdom 07, 15, 13, and our Kingdom 34-21. Now this was a very painful and a confusing way to win a KvK. And if you wonder how I did it in this KvK, it was obviously pretty shitty because we are saving everything. I again used one march. It was again just like KvK 1. Minamoto with either KvK, Babers, or FF-led. And certainly, this march didn't get me a lot of kills. It got close to 4 million kills, and I really want to get to 4 million because of this one. 7 sculptures, 1 legendary material, and 2 legendary formation choices. I think it is really good, and we are only 120k away. So we will definitely get this one. 1 day left, but if there are no fighting, worst case scenario, I just do a few deals. And that's wise, I think for 24 million power player, like this is pretty decent. We killed around 580k troops and it's all tier 4. My only goal was to get top 300 in the kingdom so that I could get some alliance rewards, and we will, which is going to be really good for equipment, sculptures, speed ups, whatever. So that was my KvK2 journey. Hope you guys liked it. Distant journey, more like a betrayal journey, but hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going to get into KvK 3. No, I'm not going to go back into KvK 2. I want to get into Season of Conquest as soon as possible so that I can start working on the commanders, like actual commanders, and I can stop using Minamoto and Babers. Oh my god, that is so painful. Thank you for watching. I see you on the next one. Goodbye.